Tavares. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. We can't call him Little Joe, but I guess we can call him Tavares Lee with
I
us.
take it a
Yeah.
little Joe.
You take Little Joe.
Yeah.
Where'd the nickname come from?
Man, cause when I was little,
Yeah.
a little like I was little, back when I was younger,
Okay.
and it came through with I used to wear a little T-shirt, favorite T-shirt, Snoop, Joe Cool,
Okay, I remember
Snoop,
those. I remember those shirts.
and that was my favorite shirt.
Okay.
And it started as Joe. It was the Joe Cool T-shirt that I wore. Stayed with.
Oh, great. I just like to point out, we're here in this beautiful facility that was not here when you were playing. What do you think about it?
I mean, it's great. It's showing the success that this program has made. I mean, like I said, these are hollow grounds it started on these grounds. So therefore, this place is sitting on hollow ground. I love just looking at it. Seeing how that somewhere each guy has a brick in this building. If you ask me, each guy that ever come through here, has something to do with this.
We were kind of blessed and lucky. We were out here when they were building
Building it,
all of
yeah,
this, and
yeah.
when the plans came through. But I guess in a way, I really couldn't see what they were talking about
Yeah,
until we got here.
I also got a peek at the blueprints too,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, I don't know. When they started breaking ground, I'm like, it's not enough room over there. But lo and behold, there's plenty of room.
Yeah, plenty of room. Yeah. The '93 team is kind of, as you said, y'all got a brick here. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears
Blood,
probably
sweat, and
shed
tears.
out here. Tell us about the years that you played at South Panola.
Man, '93 was that year, man. It was so much fun. I mean, practice were grueling, but they were fun. We had matchups that were awesome. You had people like Bobby Ray Wood and Patrick Allen, who's gone on, man. Marvin Robertson, guys who were, practice, the game was easy.
Oh, okay.
The game was easy. You look forward to Friday night. We can beat up on these guys. But out there, Coach Wright, and Coach Stanley, they didn't want nothing but the best from you. You can't give your all. I think it was 38 of us. I think it's 38. Because we had to rent a charter bus and we never filled it up. So Coach Stanley and Coach Wright rode the bus. We did 101s. It wasn't no, well, I'm a sophomore. I can't go up against this senior. Well, we ain't got enough. You couldn't have to go against this senior. And these guys, Wayne Deshay and Malik and them, they took us on their wing and they helped the younger guys get better. It never was I'm better than you or none of that. It was compete with me. That's what I love about that. Playing here at South Panola, with Coach Robinson now from the beginning, 7th grade is where you started right here on these grounds. And you would practice and then go to class, and Coach Robinson and Coach Lyson held you to a standard. I think, I'm not for sure if you got a C, it was 1 lick, D, 3 licks, I think an F, they would really put it on you. So, they held you to a standard, not only on the field, but off the field also. And that's what I try to instill in my kids with my Pee Wee program that I help here in town.
Yeah, tell us about the Baseball Tigers.
Baseball Tigers. Man,
Why did it take so long to get that even started?
I don't know how I came in it was my son was 6 years old and I was signing him up, and Jerry Self was doing it, and he asked me. I asked him, I said, "Who's the coach?" And this is 20 years ago. And he's like, "Who's the coach?" He said, "I don't know. I guess you." And I looked at him. I was like, "Me? I just got out here." And it was me, Eric Bibbs, who played on the '93 team with me. He was the head coach and the offensive coordinator, and I was the defensive coordinator. So it was him, myself, and Roosevelt Jones and Fred Hens came in. And once we got that started, we ran with it. We changed the name. We went from the Baseball Panthers
Yeah.
to the Baseball Steelers, then to the Baseball Tigers. Now we're Baseball
Okay.
Tigers. We took
Yeah.
on the name of the Baseball Tigers, Little Tigers,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
to the.
I know at
High
one
School.
time when I was covering them, it's like you had to turn kids away, you know.
I think this year we had altogether probably almost 100 kids. You know, we had kids. We also won just as many Super Bowls with the Little League as the high school has won
State
state
championship.
championships.
Yes.
You know? So that's great. You know,
Okay.
we love to teach those guys from right then. Learn to compete, and that's what it's all about.
Okay. Um, no, y'all were a team, and no one outside of the team knew what it took you to get to 10-2 and 92 and 15-0. You know, in the state championship in '93. Did you feel like you gave up or sacrificed anything? You talking about how fun it was, but
I mean, no,
yeah.
no. Yeah, you sacrifice time when everybody else probably went to party. We were too banged up to go to party. You know, we was too tired. You
Yeah.
know, Friday nights, man. You know, sometimes when it was parties at the game, a lot of us was too tired to go to a party. We actually just went home. You know, y'all ain't coming, man. I'm tired. You know? So I mean, with anything, there is a sacrifice.
Yeah.
There is a sacrifice. But that year, '93, will forever living in my memories from game one to the final game. I mean, it's something that will play in your head over and over again.
Tell us one thing from the '93 championship game that you remember.
The '93 season, one of the first things I do remember, just going into the stadium and seeing the support from the people from Batesville. I mean, Batesville traveled real well back then. But when we walked into that stadium, I mean, it was different. Just walking in, you know, seeing the people from Batesville supporting us, and that was something.
Okay. That's good, yeah. As a player, what was the best advice somebody gave you? Do you remember?
Paul Moore,
Mm-hmm.
and Paul may not even remember it, but he told me, you know, never be afraid, be you. You know, I was timid when I first started, and I was kind of scared, shy, and Paul said, be you. Be you. You know, don't ever underestimate yourself. And from then on, I seen how they did it, and that gave me a bunch of confidence in myself. To okay, I believe in what they say. Paul Moore gave me some great advice. He told me, be me, do what I can do.
We see people who are shorter, mostly men in sports, and we don't think they can be good, So that's maybe something you have to overcome and prove to people.
Well, I
right?
had to. As we can recall, Dwayne Rudd was 6'3", 240.
Something like that, yeah.
I was 5'2", 140.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one game that we all remember. We played at South Haven. Dwayne didn't play, and when he come out in his street clothes, they all cheered. Well, we get to playing, and I think Johnny Jones and Eric Bibb say, "Hey, you all right? We got this." And he said, they said, "We gon' take it on. You just clean up." They said, "We gonna take on everything. You just clean up. That's all you gotta do." And I never forget it. I think I had like 19, 20 taps that night. because they was taking on the lead blockers, and I was just cleaning up. I was cleaning up, man. I think I got player of the week that week. I think Eric goes, Johnny wanted to tell that I'll be all play, but it was just them just being, just being them. But I appreciate those guys that night because I'm not going to say I was scared to death that night. I was scared to death. And I think I remember Coach Stanley and them, I started that game. So when the starters come off the field that night, I went to come out. Coach Stanley said, "Where you going?" I said, "He said, no, you got to go back out there with the second team." I ended up eventually playing the whole game.
Yeah.
So that was one game. Being short, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Like I said, when Paul told me that gave me that confidence that I needed. And I never believed you're too short. Then on something just snapped at me and said, "Okay, do what you do." I like proving people wrong when they say I can't. Then I do even better when my back is up against the wall.
Okay.
No matter what it is. We gonna fist fight. I'm not gonna argue with you. Let's go. I'm gonna hit you first because I know when I hit you first, I'm gonna hit you hard. And that's how I had to be out there. You gotta hit first and hard.
Yeah.
So those were some of the stuff we did.
That's great. I love it. Just your like one of the last questions is, what do you teach your baseball Tigers? What is some of the advice that you have to give them?
Always believe in yourself, and I stress compete. I always started out, I always ask those guys, who's the best player out here? And I always want to see everybody raise their hand.
Oh, okay.
Because what makes you not better than him? I teach them to compete. You're just as good as that guy in front of you. Today might be his day, but tomorrow can be your day. As long as you're competing. I want you to compete every day. Figure some way to get better when you come out here. And these guys I have seen, Tuesday they couldn't get it. But Wednesday, hey, he's looking good. Keep trying. And by me being short, I always stress that, don't tell me what you can't do. I want to see you get out there and compete and do it. I don't care how big he is or how fast he is. You can be just as fast or even better if you try and compete.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. Is there anything I didn't ask you want to add? Did I ask you about Danny Ray?
No.
You talk about Danny Ray.
Danny Ray Cole, Big Coach Cole, G. He's gone on. He was a real players coach. Not only on the field but in the classroom. I mean, he was in the school, and just as well as he got on you on that football field, he would get you in the classroom, man. It would be so funny. We could be doing something, and you hear him come down, hey, Joe. I got to school late one day. He hollered, "Hey, Joe." I said, "What up, Coach?" Looked at him, know what you gonna be in life? I said, "What's that?" "A doctor. You keep coming in late. You got doctor's hours." So that he stayed on us, man. I love him. And me and my buddy Kevin Cooper, who passed on.
Yeah.
Man, he stayed on us. He stayed on us, man. But it was all love. Not only Coach Cole, but Coach Stanley, man. It wasn't a coach that I had at South Note that I can say, man, I didn't. Like, man, all those guys were great. They knew where you stayed. They knew the parent. And that's what really made it, things that much better. Because all our coaches knew all our parents. Mm-hmm. If we did something, they knew how to handle it. Coach Stanley would come to the house. Coach Cole would come to the house. They knew where you were. They were gonna come find you. Man. And our parents really didn't trust us with a whole lot of people, but they really entrusted us with these coaches. And they taught us how to be better people. Were we perfect? No. But those guys taught us some of the little things to get even better in life. We took something from each one of them, and I give those guys the utmost respect to this day. All of them. I really appreciate them for what they did.
That's great. I didn't ask, did you go to college after
I did. I went to Northwest.
Northwest?
I played 2 years up there. When I got there, I played behind with Eric and Eric Bills, myself, OJ and Bobby Wood, Patrick Allen, Sean Nolan, Marvin Robinson. We all were up there together. My first year I sat out. The second year I came and I played. And I mean, I tell my kids that story, how I played that next year. I tell them it's all about adversity. It's 150 people there, 150. And they only kept 55 players, 45 in-state, 10 out-of-state. Well, I bust my butt in the spring, and come back that fall, and we started 150. And what happened was, the last day of cuts, it was either me or this defensive tackle. Well, I got cut. I was kind of like, I gave them my all. I went from 150 to the final cut. And I was like, it is what it is. I'm going to be an RA. I'll still be in the dorm. That's cool. I'm fine. But the next day, the player gets hurt. I missed the team picture because I wasn't there. I wasn't on the team. I got a call 2 days later to come back and join the team just to fill the number. I was 7th on the depth chart. So one day I think O.J. Cooper was the starting running back. And he went, first team, offense went off, they needed scout team running back. So I said, I ain't doing that, I'm 7th on the depth chart. I ain't gonna get out there. So I said, Coach, I'll do it. Well, that day,